Hi guys, hope you are doing good. I'm just about on time, as always. How you doing, Derwood? Hope everyone is good. Hope you are also doing good. No number 5 or 66. Kanate is not playing as well. I love how Kanate is number 5 now. I feel like he's probably I feel like he's probably definitely off, so the number 5 treatment is fair. I'm trying to see if I can get the lineup up. Line up. See if I could. How do I do this? It's like this. It's like that. There we go. Got there in the end. Friends, I've got Manyon, Kunde, Saliba, Upamecano, and Digne. Is that Digne who plays for Everton? I always thought he was from Belgium. N'Golo Kante, Kone, Elise Shirky, Bako. I was gonna use a derogatory term, and then I didn't. Shirky, Barcola, and Mbappe, and Ukraine is a bunch of interesting people. But yeah, interesting lineup. The thing is with the whole number 5 situation is he's probably gonna go, and I don't even care. Like I don't know how you feel, but I literally do not give a single F at this point. Like he can go, and I won't be that upset about it. Charlotte says hello, how you doing? Fish is reminding me of his bowel movements as always. It's always good to know. I'm always curious to know what's coming out and where it's coming out from. So that's good info. But yeah, hope you are doing good. Can you stream Poland game tomorrow, please? Depends what time it is. What time is it at tomorrow? The Poland game. Let's have a quick look. Yeah, I can do that. That's no problem. Poland. I mean, I was gonna do the Germany game because I wanted to wear my Germany shirt. But if it's okay with you, I'll do the Poland game, but I can still wear the Germany shirt. Is that like a fair compromise? But yeah, I don't have a thumbnail for it, so I'll have to create that. But yeah, I can do. I mean, I was gonna do some gaming tomorrow, but if you'd rather Poland versus Netherlands, I could try making that work. He doesn't deserve the name right now, yeah. Fair enough. Yeah, the thing is the Kokonata situation, like I'm not even slightly fussed. Like I can't lie with the whole 66 situation last year, I was a bit fussed. But with the Kanate one, I'm like, whatever. You can go. You can go. Crazy FC guy says, yo. How you doing? Did you have any of your special Norwegian chocolate? I can't lie, the chocolate that my neighbors gave me, I finished it already. So I hope you've also had chocolate. Norway in World Cup, get in basically. Nice. Was this the game that was on earlier today? 4-1. Wow, you battered them. I wouldn't have expected a 4-1. They've kicked off. I'll set the timer in a bit. Haaland with 2 goals, Solas with 2 goals. Nice. You pretty much demolished them, to be honest with you. It's a good result. Oh, and we got hit with snow for about days, and now it's warm again, and the snow is gone. It's that weird time. It's that weird time of the year, isn't it? Where you can the weather kind of cannot make its mind up. So in England, it's been cold the past few days, and when I went to the shops today to buy chocolate, because I've been craving chocolate, I went to the shops today to buy chocolate, and it was proper hot. So you almost don't know how to prepare when you go outside. Like with the weather, I'd rather it was just cold or just hot, and then you know how to prepare. But it's a bit annoying when it cannot make its mind up. Fish says yes, no problem. Okay, that's the deal then. I will do the Poland Netherlands game tomorrow, but I still get to wear the Germany shirt. Crazy FC guy says you didn't do Norway. They won 4-1. Yeah, 4-1 is a really good score. I would have done it, but it was on at 5 p.m. and I finished work at like 5:36 p.m. So it was more of a timing thing. But good to see you got a good result. How you doing, Jeffrey? I hope you are good. Hope all is well. I hope nothing will be dirty today, but you never know. But yeah, let me set this set this timer. How do I set the timer? That's not how I set the timer. It's in this section. What we on? 2 minutes. 2 minutes, 10 seconds approximately. I'll do. Do one Van Dijk and Zalewski on cover, please. I can do, because I've not created it yet. I'm just making a note so I don't forget. I'm surprised you've moved on from your Matty Cash obsession. Is Zalewski now your favorite player after Matty Cash? But yeah, I can do that. And also, who is Zalewski? I don't even know who he is. Zalewski. Oh, the guy you mentioned the other day from Tivoli. I remember this. You mentioned him the other day. Okay. Zalewski and Van Dijk it is. We in World Cup indeed. That's good news. It's good news. How far do you reckon you'll get in the World Cup? I mean, if you got Haaland up front, you're always in with a chance, to be fair. If Italy doesn't win 10-0 against us, yeah, that's not going to happen. I think you're pretty much there. Elise cuts inside where it gets saved. Ikram says, hey again, how you doing? I would like to know why Ronaldo is playing. He's not coming for the. That's a good point. Is he still not Is he still not allowed in the United States for previous transgressions? Is that the correct word? Transgressions that he may or may not have been part of. But yeah, if he's if he's not allowed to play there, then it is a bit weird about why he's in the team. Mbappe, nothing happens. Who's been Liverpool's most standout player this season? Oh, no. Szoboszlai. I'm gonna go Szoboszlai. And to be fair, Jeffrey also says Dom. I don't deliberately agree with Jeffrey. It just seems to be a thing. we tend to agree on most things, but yeah, I'd go with Szoboszlai. Crazy FC guy says you don't seem like the same person when you game. Lol. That's it's an interesting observation. I guess the question is, which person do you prefer? Do you prefer this person who sits on this side of the room, or do you prefer the other person who sits on the other side of the room? I presume it's this person, but it's worth double checking. Yeah, great. Gaming brings out the worst in me. Crazy FC guy says do Lewandowski. Fish will not be very happy about that. We're winning the World Cup. It could happen. I mean, if you got a good team and you've got very, very good strikers, so it's certainly possible. It's certainly possible. And to be fair, the whole team is at Haaland. Like you've got other good players as well. So There's not too long to find out. I believe he won't come in because there is a warrant. Okay. Makes sense. I presume the warrant is only US and not Mexico and Canada. Is it all three countries that the World Cup is in? So US and Mexico and Canada. So I don't know if you can play in some of the fixtures, but not other fixtures. But yeah, it's certainly disruptive if he can only play in specific games. Wayne says, "How you doing?" Oh, good, not bad, not bad. Been a bit of a crazy week, to be honest. You know, it's been a crazy week when the beard starts getting a bit grey and a bit, starts getting a bit patchy. That's when you know it's been a crazy week. But yeah, not too bad, not too bad. I'm just trying to get to Sunday when I've got a break for a few days. But yeah, all good. Can't really complain. How's things with you, Wayne? I hope you are good. Fish says, "Would you sign Zalewski on Liverpool?" To be honest, I don't know too much about him. If you recommend him, then it's an option that I'd have to kind of look into. It's just Jeffrey's observations. Yeah, I mean your observations, I tend to agree with most of the time. It's pretty scary. I'm sure we'll disagree on things eventually, but yeah, in terms of the play of the season so far, I'd go for Szoboszlai. I just think he's the engine of the team. He doesn't have an ego. He plays multiple positions. He's willing to track back. He's willing to defend. He's willing to go forward. Takes the free kicks. Scores the free kicks. Takes corners. Gets assists. I mean, he's everywhere. I think it has to be Szoboszlai. There's some rumors that came out the other day that Real Madrid and Man City might be interested in him, but let's get him a new contract so that does not happen. You're like 10 times chill here and 10 times insane fun on the gaming streams. Yeah, it's two different people. I don't know. I don't really know why that is, to be honest. I don't really know why that is. But if you're watching a football game and like if Liverpool concede, I 9 times out of 10 I'll probably just start laughing. But if it's a computer game and I'm about to die, then it's not good. I don't know, maybe because I feel like I'm more in control of the computer game, so it's a bit more. It makes it a bit more real. I don't know. The fact that I'm playing a horror game at the moment probably doesn't help matters particularly. The General says, "Good evening. How you doing? Hope you are good. Hope all is well with you." All is probably not well. Is there anyone in the Liverpool squad you'd sell in January? Mine is Wirtz. I wouldn't sell him in January. I don't think he's been given much of a chance, number one. From a time period perspective, it just doesn't feel right to sell somebody after kind of 3 months. And number two, if you are to sell somebody after 3 months, I think the type of money that you'd get would be a lot less, because other teams will think, oh, they're desperate, they're trying to get rid. So I think you'd get a lot less money. But yeah, I wouldn't sell Wirtz in January. But who would I sell in January? To be honest, the squad is quite thin as it is. Already, like you have a couple of injuries, and suddenly you're a bit worried about how you're going to make the numbers work. Yeah, nobody really jumps out, to be honest, unless some sort of crazy. Oh, that's a good point. I didn't think of that. That's a very good point. Sell number 5. Yes. I'd say if because the thing is with number 5, I feel like I feel like his head is already in Madrid. So even if you were to keep him for another 3-4 months, are you just gonna get another bunch of substandard performances? Maybe just sell him and get somebody else in. Because I feel like it's pretty much guaranteed he's going to go for a free. And normally, like if a player's going to go for a free, I'd rather just keep the player for a few more months just to keep things stable. But like he's not even stable. He's a calamity. Every time I look at him, he's like a disaster waiting to happen. So if the money's right, like obviously if it's 10 million or something, then no. But for argument's sake, let's say, and again, this might be a very silly argument, but for argument's sake, let's say you could sell Konate for 25 and you could buy Mark Gahey for 25 in the same window. So you just swap the players from a financial perspective. If that was an option on the table, I would seriously consider that. I can't lie. F says Salah signed his contract and forgot how to play football. There might be some truth in that. Once you've got the money, then there's less of an incentive to run and kind of play for the money. The Salah situation is another thing because I feel like you could afford to kind of carry him last year. So he wasn't really defending last year, let's be honest. But I feel like that wasn't a huge issue because he was scoring so many goals. So you can basically play with one less player if Salah is willing to score goals. But this year he's not really scoring goals. So what I think will happen, and again, I'm not an oracle of knowledge. I know as much as everyone here. What I think will happen is I think he'll probably get sold in the summer to Saudi for like a crazy fee. That's what I think will probably happen. Crazy FC guy says Nusa is a Norwegian name. Is he the Man City player? Why is my watch being weird? Is he the Man City player? Nusa. I've heard he's very good. Fish wants Lewandowski. So do you think Zalewski can get up to Lewandowski's level, or are we being a bit too presumptuous with that? Oh, I'm missing something. Give me a second. How long are you gone for? Not long. Going on Sunday, coming back Friday. So I shall be here for the Nottingham Forest game. So the Nottingham Forest game's on Saturday. So yeah, just miss a few international fixtures, that type of thing. Would you sign Nusa for Liverpool? He's too good replacement for Gakpo. How old is he? Does he have the relevant experience? My only concern would be then you'd have Nusa on the left, who's very young, and you'd also have Rio on the left, who can't drink or drive at the moment. So you probably need some level of seniority on the left hand side. That would be the only thing. Jeffrey would sell Isak. you'd sell Isak after what, he's played like 2 or 3 games. I wouldn't sell Isak, to be honest. I wouldn't sell Isak or Wirtz in January. Number one, I feel like the players haven't really been given a chance. Number two, I feel like they're not coming into a particularly stable environment. Number three, if you buy a big signing and sell him after 3 months, you're probably gonna have to take a loss because other teams will be like, okay, they're desperate, kind of get rid. Me personally, generally speaking, I only look to sell players after 2 years. Like I wouldn't even look to sell them in the summer. I think 2 years is the bare minimum for me. Bastoni's very good, as Crazy FC guy mentioned. The only thing is, like, and I don't know if it's a rumor, like, I don't know how much truth there is in it, but a lot of people say Italian players are quite reluctant to leave Italy. But if he's willing to come, I'd be all over that. I think he's amazing. It'll give Chiesa a buddy as well. Whenever I see Chiesa interviews, he's smiling, but I feel like I can see the pain behind his eyes. So it will give him a buddy, which is always important. The mascot could do a better job. Is this then number 5? Yeah. Should we call him Mambo number 5 because he's always dancing? Steve says Salah's done a Rashford, signed a big contract and doesn't bother as much. Yeah, I guess that's the it's a double-edged sword to a certain degree. Players, when they're playing for their contract, and to be honest, I don't know if that is literally the reason. We are perhaps being slightly facetious, but for argument's sake, you can understand if you're playing for a contract, you're gonna go 200%, you're gonna do your best. But once you've got that contract, it surely does lower the incentive to a certain degree. Mother says it's 0-0, England versus Serbia. Indeed. Ireland up 1-0. Is it Republic or the other one? Northern Ireland. Troy Parra. Oh, wow, you're right. The 1-0 up against Portugal. 1-0 up against Portugal. I presume this is Republic of Ireland given the flag. I think Northern Ireland has the cross on it, I think. So it's not the Conor Bradley one, I think. But yeah. Nice lead for them. Let's see if they can keep it up. Crazy FC guy says, "Can you do Italy versus Norway Sunday, please?" I cannot because I am on a flight on Sunday. I won't be here. I will be in Netherlands on Sunday. So I'm going on Sunday. I'll be back on Friday, which means I can do the Liverpool Nottingham Forest game. Mother is trolling me. Still 0-0, as far as I can see. That is funny, to be fair. I've seen the I suck meme. I can't lie. That is funny. That is funny. Fish would sell McAllister. How much would you sell him for? What would your asking price be? What would your asking price be for McAllister? I guess it depends how much time is left on his contract, right? Mother is trying to. I was gonna call you cancel there. Is trying to prank me. To be honest, I did have to double check. So you did kinda. Is Fish a Liverpool fan? Yes, he is. 66 checked out last season. Not many miss him. Yeah. That's the thing. A lot of people are saying this year Liverpool missed 66, but I feel like 66 last season was maybe his worst season, number one. And number two, he was injured for a lot of it. I swear he was kind of repeatedly getting injured. So it's tough. I mean, it's tough to kind of. I think it's tough to kind of point to a single thing and say that's the reason. Like it could be like an amalgamation of things. It could be a collection of things. But either way, it looks like the manager. It looks like the manager is secure. It doesn't look like the manager's job is under threat or anything. Which we were saying last week when Slot made the joke of saying, "Yeah, we are consistent. We're just consistently bad." Remember, we said, okay, if he's making those kind of jokes, like he's not under pressure. Crazy FC guy says we're bad because we missed 66 and Jota. I mean, Jota, yeah. Jota Jota would always come off the bench and kind of get a goal. So I can understand certainly that aspect. Kian says, thoughts on Ekatike? I think Ekatike started really, really well. He surpassed my expectations. I'll be honest with you, I didn't know kind of too much. I didn't know too much about him beforehand. I know he played for Frankfurt. Watched a couple of videos. I didn't think it was all that good. So when Liverpool was signing him for about 70 million, I thought, okay, that's a lot of money, but we'll see how he does. And turns out he's pretty good. He's a good finisher. He's pretty athletic. He's pretty strong. So yeah, I'd say he started well. I'd say he's started well. He needs to get his blonde highlights back though. I don't like the simple haircut. He needs to get his blonde hair back. But yeah, I think good signing. Good signing. I think he's got a lot of potential as well, which is always important. Crazy FC guy says Portugal out of World Cup wild. Would they be out of the World Cup if they were to lose this? If they are out of the World Cup, then they don't have to. Then a certain somebody doesn't have to worry about games in the US. Yeah, Fish's local team is that one, Gornik Zabje, but he likes Liverpool as well. Yeah, it's the Keller team. I think yeah. So I think Fish. I lose track of all the teams that Fish supports, but there is something about Fulham as well. Marcus agrees with something, but that's a positive. I think it was maybe on the Ekatike thing. Ikram says, "Why did the grape fail gym class? It didn't want to raisin. Like I know like grapes are dried raisins, but I don't get it." Kian is not very happy with Ikram's standard of jokes. Ekatike's personality is top. Yeah, the memes he posts are very funny. And I think that's important. You need to have kind of good personalities within any sort of team. If everyone's like a robot, like if it's like if everyone's a robot, I guess that makes it harder to relate to each other. Whereas if you kind of get along with people, then you're willing to go further for them. So it's good. It's good that he's a personality. I'm sure it kind of builds stronger bonds within the team as well, and I think you've seen that kind of given how quickly he's integrated into the team. Marcus says Liverpool. This is I've seen this. Liverpool are coming with a new formation after the international break. Yeah, I saw something about this. Was it a formation about Ekatike and Isak playing together? I saw something about this a few days ago, and to be honest, it's needed. I think it's needed because they keep playing 4-2-3-1, 4-2-3-1, 4-2-3-1, and it seems like kind of other teams have figured that out. Whereas if you remember the Frankfurt game, they did not play 4-2-3-1. They played kind of like 4-4-2 or 4-2-2-2. Or 4-2-4, depending how you look at it. And so when they played this different formation against Frankfurt, they won 5-1, which I think is really good. And they also had 19 shots on goal. And I was like, wow, okay, we got a new formation. We got Ekatike and Isak in the same team. Let's go. We're gonna see this formation every single day. And then the next game, they just changed the formation back. And I was like, wow. So yeah, I mean, hopefully Hopefully they stick with this new formation now. Because I also feel like a lot of this formation is geared towards working for Salah, if you know what I mean. Like, it feels like the formation is built around Salah. Now, I appreciate Salah's on the right, so the imagery doesn't make sense. But it feels like the formation is built around Salah. But if Salah's not performing, then you build the formation around somebody else. Try something different, I think. Ikram says, what's your favorite vegetable? My favorite vegetable is Ibrahim Kanate. Actually, is that harsh? Oh, never mind. Salah's... That is kind of harsh. Salah's played very selfish this season, don't you think? Especially that chance against Villa. He has. The thing is with Salah, he's always been selfish. But in the past seasons, he's also delivered goals, so you could kind of forgive it to a certain degree. But this year, he's not really delivering as many goals, so the selfishness is becoming a bigger issue. That's it. Fish's cousin supports Fulham. Marcus says correct. Good to hear. Yeah, Ekatike left wing is an option. This new formation, I'm hoping it's maybe two strikers up top, and you can play Isak and Ekatike together. If I remember the Frankfurt game, I swear Wirtz was on the right hand side, and Gakpo was on the left hand side, and there were two strikers in the middle. I would love to see something like that. Crazy FC guy says this new formation will be fun, yeah. And maybe it also makes sense from a longevity perspective. Maybe the 4-2-3-1 was built around Salah, but Salah's not going to be here forever. I'd say absolute maximum, Salah is here until the end of next season, but likely Salah's going to probably go this year, I think, in the summer. So why continue with the formation of a player who's going to leave? Build the formation around your new players. Wirtz has a 6-year contract, I think. Isak's got a 6-year contract. Ekatike probably also a long contract. Build the formation around those, I think. Portugal have to be either Ireland or Armenia to qualify. Wow. So Is Armenia their next game? So if they were to draw both games, then they'd be out. That is wild. Yeah, it was. So the 4-4-2 with Isak Ekatike up top. That's the thing that certain Newcastle fans were saying all year. So then when Liverpool signed Ekatike and Isak, then a lot of Liverpool fans were giving Newcastle grief, saying, yeah, Ekatike, Isak up top, yeah. So it was, it turned out to be quite funny. Marcus says, if Wirtz is feeding Isak and Ekatike, will be the best in the world. Our biggest problem is our defense, yeah. I mean, if you're not stable at the back, I think it has impacts across the entire team. Because if you're not stable at the back, I think it can mentally affect the forwards who maybe now have less confidence because they think if I lose the ball, when the ball goes up the other end, we're going to concede. So I think having a stable defense, I think as kind of Marcus is saying, it's not just the defense, it affects the entire team. So I think you need to start with a stable defense. And I think once that's sorted, I think the attack will have a lot more confidence, and then you should see a lot of improvement. But I think also the formation thing that you mentioned before, I want to see some sort of change. Because how long can you repeatedly just do the same thing over and over and over again? Try it the first time, doesn't work. Try it the 10th time, doesn't work. Try it the 400th time, doesn't work. I think they need to change that up. Our defense seems a bit lazy, yeah. I mean, to be honest, like Van Dijk, I'm happy with. Kanate's mind is in Madrid. I think he's already thinking about Madrid. Kirkez is amazing, but again, it comes down to the formation with Kirkez. I think Kirkez is amazing, but Kirkez's strength is getting up and down the pitch. You know, staying out wide, running all the way to the end of the pitch, putting a cross in. But in these tactics, he's not an attacking left back. He's like an extra defender. So that's another change I want to see. When they change the formation, change it to get the best out of Kirkez. Don't play him as a defender. Thomas says Italy. You'll have to remind me. I might have forgotten the context around Italy. Quantumus Prime says American that likes both countries and teams, but Slava Ukraine. Nice. Whereabouts in the US are you from? I've been once, so now I act like I'm an expert, but I'm not. Are you East Coast, West Coast? Wirtz was left. Is this against Frankfurt? I think from what I remember, and I could be wrong to be fair, from what I remember, I think he was left in the first half and then right in the second half. But he was all over the place. And again, Wirtz is an interesting one because in the Frankfurt game, where Liverpool played a different formation, Wirtz got 2 assists. So we need to change things up to get the best out of the different players. Kian says Wirtz versus Madrid on the left side was decent. Yeah, he was good. He was good there as well. I think they've bought all these expensive players, and it's not just Wirtz and Isak. I think it's Kirkez as well, and maybe Frimpong to a certain degree. It's like they've bought all these expensive players, but I don't think the tactics have evolved enough for the new players. I think maybe they need to come up with some sort of way of playing that suits the strength of the new players, because the new players are going to be, let's be honest, the new players in terms of Wirtz, Isak, they're going to be here for a while. So they will need to have a way of playing that gets the best out of them. The one that annoys me the most is the Kirkez thing. Like, Kirkez is not Kirkez is not good on the ball. Like, he's good running and he's good getting to the byline and putting a cross in. But quite often, like, they don't have Kirkez out wide. They have Kirkez like coming inside, and I'm like, what's going on? What is this? This is not his game. It's very peculiar. Ikram says beard looks extra sharp. I appreciate that. Kian says, I feel like 4-4-2 with Isak and Ekitike up top wouldn't work, as Ekitike is a bit more of a finisher type and would prefer to play solo up front. You could be right. Because if you think about it, I think for Frankfurt, I think Ekitike was the sole striker up top by himself. And I think for Newcastle, Isak was the sole striker up top by himself. So you could be right. You could. The only thing is, I just feel like they need to just try something different. And this 4-4-2, it doesn't have to be like the formation that they play in every single game. It could just be an option. You know, if you could try 4-3-3, and if it's not working, then do 4-4-2. I just want to see a bit of flexibility in what they do, really. Crazy FC guy says, Champions League, we will lose against Bayern in the final. I'm calling it. Remember this? Yeah, I will remember, because you did mention it the other day. So if you're correct, or should we say when you're correct? Actually, if you're correct, I will buy you that Norwegian chocolate. I don't know how, but I will buy you that Norwegian chocolate that you mentioned. Marcus says, I think if there is a world where we can get Bastoni in and somehow keep Konate, we'd have a great a great back five with Frimpong and Kirkez as wing backs. This could also get the best out of players. Again, it's an option. I mean, it's an option. I think generally speaking that I just want to see more flexibility in the tactics. Like, to me, when Slot first joined, he was quite flexible. If you remember the very first game of pre-season, he played with Salah on the right, Fabio Carvalho on the left, and then Harvey Elliott and Szoboszlai in the middle as like fake strikers. And I was like, okay, this guy's like so flexible. Let's go. But then once he got into the season, he kind of started being less flexible and less adventurous. So yeah, I just want to see a bit more flexibility and a bit more bravery, I'd say. Maybe that's not a formation they'd start with, but it's an option. And yeah, that's what I want to see. Just if something's not working, try something else. Try something else, I'd say. Durwood's been to the US a few times, yeah. just a couple of times. Just a few times. A few times, that is more than most, but just a few times. It is on my list to go again. I'm not going at the moment, given I don't want to end up in a prison. but once the Dems get back in, not if. Once the Dems get back in, then I shall be there. Crazy FC guy, 0-0 Italy Moldova now, get in, nice. Still 0-0 there, 41 minutes, as we see. If Crazy FC guy is happy, then I am also happy. 0-0. Slat won't play her handball. Working my way down. How far behind? I'm 5 minutes behind. I'm getting there. We forgot we're not using Frimpong because he's injured. Isak and Alisson. Yeah, there's a lot of players to come back. What I don't want though is like the players come back and they're just inserted into the same tactics, which feel very limited. I just want to see a bit more flexibility in the tactics. Like, it doesn't have to be, okay, we used to play 4-2-3-1 and now we play 4-4-2. I just want to say, okay, start with this, and if this doesn't work, try this. And if this doesn't work, maybe try this. And don't only change things when you go behind, because to a certain degree, that might be too late. Like, if you can see you're about to concede, then maybe change things slightly. Yeah, you get the best out of Wirtz and Isak, and again, it's an option. I think any idea is a good idea. I think there's no such thing as a bad idea, other than I was gonna have another dig at Konate, but I thought that's a bit in poor taste. But I mean, an idea. It's worth trying it. You never know until you try it. El Capito. Peter Gulashi is a good goalkeeper for Hungary. Yeah, he used to play for Liverpool back in the day. I've heard he's pretty good now, in the senior ranks. Where are you from? I'm from England, UK. That to me says I probably don't have an accent. A lot of people always ask me where I'm from, so that to me says I probably don't have an accent, which I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Sonny is back. Sonny is alive, which is good. Which is good to know. Sonny's a Barcelona fan, says, "Damn, you think you will reach the finals? Delusion at its peak. Maybe delusion to a certain degree. Maybe hope. One person's delusion is another person's hope." This is a good point. I'd rather have multiple players scoring instead of just one or two, because if one of those players get hurt, yeah, you're out of goals. Yeah, so we'd rather kind of diversify, and not put all of our eggs in one basket, because I feel like Liverpool have already lived through that in the early 2000s, where all the eggs were in the Gerrard basket. So if Gerrard was injured, you were screwed. So yeah, it's good to have people who can contribute from all over the pitch, you know. Salah's good, but if Salah can't score, then Mane could score. Whereas Mane couldn't score, then Firmino could score. If Firmino couldn't score, Oxlade-Chamberlain could score. I was going to say if Oxlade-Chamberlain couldn't score, then Henderson could score. But I thought, no, I'm taking it too far there. But Shaqiri could score. So yeah, hit the post. But yeah, I think you need to have strong players all over the pitch. Buy yourself the chocolate. Yeah, that's a good suggestion. It means I get to eat the chocolate. Kian says, which team does Sunny support? Sunny supports Barcelona. Oscar says, hello from North Korea. Nice. I mean, I suspect you're not actually from North Korea, but that's pretty cool nonetheless. Whenever people mention a new country, I'm like, yeah, I'm going to visit, but there's no chance I'm going to North Korea. South Korea maybe, but not the North. Not the North. Come home, Elliot. Yeah, it's I'd take it back. I mean, Elliot would always kind of contribute, wouldn't he? Last year, granted, he didn't start every game, but he'd come off the bench. He'd get an assist here and there. He'd get a goal here and there. So I think he can add value to Liverpool. I also read something, and I don't know how accurate this is, but apparently there's a clause in his Aston Villa like in his little loan deal, that if he plays more than 10 games for Villa, Villa have to buy him. So that's clause number 1. But additionally, linked to that, he's already played for 2 teams this year in Liverpool and Villa, so he can't go anywhere else. So he's a bit stuck. So yeah, I mean, if Villa don't want to make use of him, I'd happily take him back. Yeah, Barcelona are Sunny's eternal love and also headache. That's a good way of putting it. That is a really good way of putting it. Does Origi still give you nightmares, Sunny? Has it been a decade? Has it been that long? Barcelona won the last Champions League more than a decade ago. More than a decade ago. I didn't know it'd been that long, to be fair. Ikram says, what's your favorite type of chocolate? There's no such thing as bad. I would eat any type of chocolate. Ilyas says, hi bro, how are you? All good, how are you? I see you're slightly ahead of me in the fantasy league, but you did warn me, to be fair. But yeah, all good, how are you doing? Hope you're good. Yeah, Sunny say, do you think I care about Origi when Muller gave me a bigger, what's the word? When Muller has inflicted even more trauma upon me. If Barcelona with so Kian called it a small club. Sunny says, if Barcelona with Maradona, Messi, Suarez, Ronaldinho. I love that Suarez is in that list, and I think he does deserve to be in that list. But yeah, Rivaldo would be another one. Brazilian Ronaldo as well. And all other legends is a small club, then let's be honest, most clubs in the world are small. Yeah. I think Kian is messing. You definitely have an accent. Okay. I always thought I did. But yeah, it's just, and again, I don't mind, but it's just when people say, where are you from? And I'm like, it's not obvious. Maybe I need to fake an accent and see, then see if that confuses people. Visit Norway, Harstad, trust me, it's beautiful, or Mallorca, Spain. I've been to Barcelona in Spain, it's very nice. Norway's on my list. I will go to Norway when the weather's a bit warmer. But no, these are good recommendations. Good recommendations. Yeah, the Origi last minute goal against Everton, that's still imprinted in my brain, just given how funny that was. Kian says, can you ban Ikram? Why do you want me to ban Ikram? Ikram likes asking questions. The thing is, like, it takes a bit of effort to answer through all of them. Is it the excessive questioning? Sonny is saying, WTF is that question? Which player didn't prove with trophies? Yeah, I mean, Barcelona would be up there, to be fair. Ireland 2-0. Dang. It's Troy Parrott again. This Troy Parrott guy. It's made it 2-0. Amanda's messing. It's absolutely not France 3-0. But you did give me a shock for a second. Crazy FC guy says, "Can I join the fantasy?" Yeah, it's Ilias's Ilias got like a fantasy league. But yeah, if Ilias is still here, ask him to send you the invite. I'm not too sure how it works to invite people, but yeah, he can send you the invite, and then we will have 3 people in our league because it's just 2 at the moment. So Ilias is doing better than me, so I'm at the bottom. But yeah, you should join as well. You are correct about that. Suarez is one of the most underrated strikers of all time. There was a conversation the other day where I was like doing like who would be like your best 11? Who would be like your best 11 of who you've seen in your lifetime? And we did like goalkeeper, right back, left back, midfield, and I had Zidane in there, I had Gerrard in there. And when it got to striker, I was like, I'm torn between Brazilian Ronaldo and Suarez. And I went for Suarez in the end. I thought Suarez was absolutely amazing. A lot of people say Suarez is the best Liverpool player they've ever seen. I wouldn't say that. I'd maybe put him in position 2, but even position 2 is pretty amazing. Pretty amazing, I can't lie. I don't understand our recruitment team. They're looking at more attackers. Is this the cement? Is this the... Oh, it's covering my face. Probably a good thing. You probably don't want to see my face. They are looking at more attackers when we desperately need defenders and midfielders. Oh God. I mean, you are correct. You are correct. The reason I said, oh God, is I hadn't thought about that yeah, if Van Dijk gets injured, we are screwed. That thought hadn't crossed my mind, but you are 100% correct. The Semenyo one is interesting. I mean, Semenyo is an amazing player, and he would improve Liverpool. But yeah, I think the bigger concern is the defense, because if we cast our minds back to the summer, the forward line was invested in heavily, the defensive line not so much. So yeah, I agree with you. I think a centre back is a higher priority. Amanda says time. Thank you. I will stop that. We set it back to 45. There we go. Will Mamardashvili adjust quickly to slot system? Kian says Mamardashvili is class. I think he has adjusted well. I think he's got all the fundamentals to be a very good goalkeeper. I think he's mentally quite strong. He doesn't seem like and I know this is a bad example, but he doesn't seem like a weak Onana type of guy. He seems mentally quite strong. He's there. He's very tall. Saved a nice penalty versus Haaland the other day. He's showing all the signs that you want to see, I think. Is he the finished product? No, but you don't get the finished product for 30 million. Like, he's got stuff to improve on, and that's fine. When Liverpool bought Alisson, he had stuff to improve on. So I'm happy with the signing. I'm happy with. Some people are not happy with it, and I don't understand why. I'm happy with it. I think he's great. I think he's fantastic. I think shot stopping very good. Passing and distribution maybe needs to work on a little bit, but nothing's perfect. I'm sure you'll get there. Yeah, Doku was on fire. Kean's had enough of Vikram. It will never get warmer in Norway. It's got to be warmer around the June time. Amanda says, is Wirtz overpriced? To be honest, no. I don't think so, because he cost £100 million. He's 22, Germany's golden boy, alongside Musiala. I think in today's market, that's probably fair price. If Anthony is 90 million, I don't think Wirtz is overpriced as 100 million. Like, it seems fair value for me. Durwood says, "Are you in Pixel's league?" I am, but we can't talk about that because Pixel is ahead of me. So we can't discuss that. I think he's still ahead of me, but not significantly. But he is above me. But yeah, I am in that league as well. Wouldn't call Suarez underrated personally. He's quite widely respected as a footballer. He is widely respected. I guess for me, I still remember like when Liverpool were just about to sign him from Ajax. And I remember thinking, who's this loser? Like, this guy? Really? This guy? In fact, I remember thinking, Andy Carroll is going to be absolutely amazing, but this Suarez guy is going to be rubbish. This Suarez guy is not going to be as good as Torres was. I remember thinking that. And I remember thinking, Andy Carroll, yeah. Andy Carroll's Premier League proven. He's going to be the heir to Torres. So I guess part of the reason why the Suarez one sticks in my mind is because I was so dismissive of it at the time. So I was proven wrong that badly that it just sticks in my head a bit more. I think it's one of those weird things. But yeah, not as good as not the best human being, should we say? For Liverpool, yeah, he was amazing. There was that season, wasn't there, where he got like 40 goals and he didn't even play all the games because he was suspended because he bit somebody, but he still got 40 goals. I'd go for Mark Gahey. Is this in the summer? But in January we need defender. I think the Mark Gahey thing. I think it depends. I think it depends. What type of fee he's available for? Because it was 35 million in the summer, right? So, what money would you pay for Mark Gahey now? If I've explained that really badly, so let me try and rephrase that. If Mark Gahey was available for 20 million right now, would you take him, or would you take him for 25, or would you wait? That is the question. She plays Szoboszlai attacking. Yeah, that's what I mean. To be fair, he is doing that, but I think it's that is quite attacking. And I think if Salah's not defending, because to me that's kind of what he's doing ish. I say ish, but if Salah's not defending, there's almost not enough players at the back. I think he should make more wholesale changes to the tactics. Mamardashvili's distribution is not that good, and I agree, but I still think his distribution is decent. Like, it's not Alisson level, it's not Edison level, it's still decent. And how much did Mamardashvili cost? Like 30 million. So I think all things considered, probably still a good transfer. Crazy FC guy best 11: Buffon, Van Dijk, Ramos, Carvajal, Marcelo, Gerard Zidane. I also had Gerard Zidane in mind. You don't know the third midfielder. My three in midfield were Makelele, Gerard, and Zidane. Ronaldo, R9 in the middle, Portuguese Ronaldo and Messi. That's looking pretty good. Sonny's best 11 in his lifetime. Casillas, Dani Alves, Van Dijk, only 2019, but we'll take that. That's good enough. Ramos, Champions League. Marcelo, Busquets, Xavi, Iniesta. So you just slap that whole midfield in the middle. But that's how you know. That's how you know it's the real Sonny. Because when Sonny reappeared, he was calling Ronaldo, and I was like, "What? This doesn't sound like you. Should you not be calling him Penaldo?" But that's how you know it's the real Sonny. Messi and Suarez. Yeah, that's a pretty good 11. Not my best, but a very, very good one. No, it's good. It's a good lineup. Quite similar to mine, to be honest. Wanjay says Ruben Amorim. Why Ruben Amorim, a Liverpool fan? I'm worried that I'm gonna get sacked from Man United, so I figured I'd do this in my spare time. Slot should play Robertson over Kirkes until Kirkes settles in. It seems like he's doing that, yeah. It does seem like he's doing that. I think Kirkes is very good, but still feels quite raw. And I also feel like they haven't really worked out what they want to do with Kirkes. Like, they've bought an attacking left back, but they're using him as a tertiary centre back. So I'm like, I agree. You're probably going to have to play Robertson until Kirkes settles in and you figure out what you want to do with him, I think. Sonny says, Wirtz is heavily overpriced, not overrated. That's a different thing. But Wirtz, if he was Inter, or I don't know, even Madrid, he wouldn't have 100 plus market value. So yeah, so yeah, I like this. So yeah, at the end, I think if he was at Madrid, I think he would have had 100 market value. But if he was at Inter, yeah, he probably would not. But I think it's a consequence of what the market is like these days. The market is crazy. Speaking of crazy, says, can you take my football edit? I can. I'll make a note here, because otherwise I forget. But I do things when people ask. Check. Are they on your YouTube channel? Check football edits. Crazy FC guy. There you go. I made a note to do that, so that I do not forget. Is this a Suarez hat-trick? Yeah. And I think a lot of Suarez's performances against Norwich in particular were also very good. Kian wants to ban Ikram. Ikram, lad. I hope we don't have to fall back on Reece Williams or we are cooked. Is Reece Williams still around? He seems to be in and around the squad. Has he left, or is he kind of hanging around like a bad smell at this point? Yeah, Wirtz is playing at left wing a fair bit now, instead of kind of centrally. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but time will tell. I thought you were United's manager. To be honest, we both kind of look like United's manager, if you think about it. Shazan Singo from Galatasaray. Solid centre back. Kian says he's a CDM. Amanda says no, he plays centre back, right back. To be honest with you, I don't know too much about him. Should we look him up? Singo Galatasaray. This guy Wilfred Singio. I would play the video, but it's not gonna let me. But oh my God, look at the top story, man. Look at the top story. I don't know if you can see it. Arsenal are interested in a move for Galatasaray defender. How many defenders do they want? Why do they keep buying defenders? This is insanity. Another defender? Like, okay, look, the other story says, okay, Liverpool are interested. Okay, fair enough. If you see that Liverpool interested, fair enough. Man United interested. Okay, fair enough. But Arsenal again, you want another defender? Do they know that they can sign? Do they know that they can sign players from other positions? Jesus Christ, man. I don't know what Liverpool's doing. They just lost rhythm. I mean, you are right about that. I mean, to be honest, I don't know. A lot of people say this is the reason. It's this. It's that. It's that. In reality, I don't know if it's kind of one specific thing or maybe like a combination of things. But I mean, if I'm to maybe speculate what it could be, I think it could be tactical. I think it could be tactical. The tactics feel very open. The midfield sometimes does not look compact enough. It just looks all over the place. I feel like the defense and midfield and attack, they don't feel like one unit. They feel like three separate teams, which is never good. And I think as a starting point, maybe they need to experiment with kind of different tactics, different setups. Because I just feel like he's tried this 4-2-3-1 thing 4,231 times. And I think at this point, try something different. Because you do the same thing over and over and over again. The other teams, they'll watch videos. The other team, they have like data analysts, football analysts who are like studying your clips over and over again. And they're studying the Liverpool clips over and over again and saying, look, there's a giant hole behind Salah. Salah's not going to track back. So then other teams will study what Liverpool do. And then they'll come up with ways to counter that. So I think that's why. That's why you have to evolve. I think. Yeah, no rhythm. 100%. So let's see. Second half has started. Oh, that's the score. 45 minutes, 40 seconds. Oh, they're on your channel. Nice. I'll check them out. I've made a note to check them out. Standout Liverpool player. Yeah, everyone's saying Szoboszlai. So Amanda said Szoboszlai. I said Szoboszlai, and Jeffrey also earlier said Szoboszlai. I think so. Yeah, I think Szoboszlai has been the standout player, as we were saying earlier. Number one, he seems to be the only player who plays like he cares. So I think that's important. Number two, he's willing to track back. He goes back, he defends, which not all players are willing to do. So I think that shows he's quite selfless. He's not selfish. He's willing to defend. Gets forward quite well. Plays multiple positions. Takes the free kicks. Takes the corners, scores the free kicks, assists with the corners, and also he's basically feels like he's the engine for the team. So yeah, I'd say he's the most important. Does things except watch the right shirt. I still haven't watched that the Liverpool last year's shirt. I still haven't done that. It's still upstairs. So Szoboszlai and Gravenberch, okay, fair enough. Yeah, I think Gravenberch has lost a bit of form recently, but yeah, if we maybe take out the last few games, I think if you were to do the start of the season to October, I think Gravenberch would be a good bet for that. How do I read your name? I'm not sure what that says. Is that Hindi? Is it like Imran? Did I say Imran? I don't know. I'm guessing. You have to tell me what that says in the name bit. Slot played a controlling game last season. Now he switches the game. I feel like he's kind of changed things, and he's also kind of kept things the same. But I think crucially, what he's doing is not working. And I think Ekatike is warming up. That's who we're here to see. I just want to see him get the best out of the players that he has. And the one that annoys me the most is Kirkes, because I think Kirkes can make such a huge difference just getting up the pitch and putting crosses in. But he doesn't want Kirkes to attack. And I just feel like if you didn't want your left back to attack, why would you buy Kirkes? You should have just bought another centre back and done the Arsenal thing if you don't want your left back to get up the pitch. It's very bizarre. Like Kirkes' strength is attacking, and then he gets Kirkes and he says, "Hello, Miloš. Hope you're good. There'll be no attacking from you. You stay central." I don't know. I don't get it. Klopp did have a rigid plan when he was at Liverpool. And again, it worked sometimes, and it didn't work so well the other times. I do feel like Klopp's team were a lot more kind of physical. It was a lot more about running, and it was a lot more about pressing. So even if the tactical nous maybe wasn't there, because it was very aggressive, wasn't it? So maybe if the tactical nous wasn't there, the fact that the players were so aggressive, it made up for it. So maybe their karate technique was not so good. But if they're throwing 1,000 punches a second, one of those punches is gonna land on my face. So even though the technique is not so good, the fact that the volume was so high made up for that. But now everyone says, and I think we've seen, slot football is less intense. So if it's less intense, you don't have the 1,000 punches a second, which makes the tactical side more important to bridge that gap. Yeah, Arteta's haram ball is why he wants another defender. Yeah, the midfield and attack look disconnected, 100%. And I'd say the defense also looks disconnected. Certainly last season, and I think in a lot of the Klopp years, it would always feel like one machine. Like the defense, the midfield, and attack, they'd feel like one machine. But now it feels like three separate machines. Can you say what the future of... Ooh, there's a VAR check for a penalty. And I believe it's a penalty to Ukraine that they're checking. Future for Isak at Liverpool. It's a check on Upamecano. To be honest, he a lot of people, well, not a lot of people, some people think he might be off, but I don't think he'll be off. I think Liverpool have given him a 6-year contract and he's played barely any game. So I think Liverpool see him as their long-term number 9. So I'd say the future is they are going to want to get him up to speed, get him up to fitness, and then we'll be relying on him extensively. You can also say he's going to be the new Salah after Salah leaves. Now, I know they don't play in the same position, but in terms of who you look to for the goals, I think it will be Isak. Slot should be... Oh, it's been ruled out. There's no penalty. Dumfries is very good. Dumfries has a tendency to always score. Frimpong's good. Needs time. Connor's a decent backup. Yeah. Frimpong going forward is very good. And I think defensively he's fine. It's just unfortunate that he got injured. But for 30 million, can't really complain. Frimpong is good. Kian says no need for Dumfries. One Dutch right back is enough. Frimpong is attacking. If someone attacks on the counter, no one will. That's quite funny. So are we in a position where the right hand side, Salah doesn't want to defend, and Frimpong is further up front than Salah? So the right hand side is just going to get completely exposed. Yeah. You might be onto something. To be fair with Frimpong, he does attack, but at least with Frimpong, you can say at least he runs back. At least he tries to run back. With 66, did not do particularly often. You have to wash it before you leave because you won't do it when you get back in time for the game. Oh, is this the last year shirt? But do I have to wear it for Nottingham Forest? Because I was presuming the Nottingham Forest game should be an easy win, so I don't need to waste the shirt on that. Like I thought the plan was to wear it on like the next big game that we're worried about. I just feel like Liverpool. It's penalty to France. Do you think that would be better? That we just save it for when it's a a match that we'd be concerned about winning. Yeah, that's probably a penalty on Elise, to be fair. So Ukraine had a penalty check which was denied, and 5 seconds later France get a penalty. Yeah, Van Dijk is used to covering for right backs. Um, well, yeah, Van Dijk and Kanate, I guess, because Kanate is more on the right. He just works now. Van Dijk, yeah, still the standout season. Yeah, the Leone thing bugs me, man. I can't lie. The Leone thing bugs me because he actually looked really good that one game he played. It's just so cruel how that can happen to you. How you can then just be out for the season. I suspect, like, if Leone was not injured for the season, I suspect Leone would be playing now, and Mambo number 5 would not. Yeah, it's just terrible luck. Mbappe penalty, scores. He did that little stutter run thing. You know, that little stutter run. I hope not. I mean, the positive is, to a certain degree, I feel like ACL surgery doesn't seem to be quite the career ender it was maybe 10 years ago. But you're right. There's always a risk. Like, you can encounter complications in surgery. You can have the best surgeon ever, but you can encounter complications in surgery. That's why they make you sign these forms. But yeah, I mean, generally speaking, the comforting thought is that a lot of players have had ACLs and come back for them. But you're right. You never know. Van Dijk has torn his ACL, come back. I think Wirtz has torn his ACL. Quite a few players have. Leone is young and not experienced. But yeah, I mean, that's a fair counterpoint. Van Dijk probably knew his physical self a bit better than Leone did, who's still getting used to playing at the top level. And I guess also from the mental side, I just feel like mentally coming back from an injury can be tougher for a younger player compared to a more experienced player. But it's just a rubbish situation, isn't it? Like, to get an ACL in November would be terrible luck. To get an ACL in November before Christmas, but to get an ACL in your very first game, it's just horrendous. It's just horrendous luck. There's always room for Dumfries, Delwood's favorite player. Yeah, hope he comes back stronger. Salah's been lazy, selfish and lazy. Yeah, and I feel like things haven't gone his way, and maybe he's sulking a little bit when things are not going his way. I don't know. I'm speculating, but maybe last year he was the star, and now you've got Isak, now you've got Wirtz. Maybe now he feels he's not the star, but maybe I'm putting words in his mouth, which is not very nice. But again, in the last decade, you can say he's the biggest Liverpool player, and I think he'll always be a legend. But I think, if I was to guess, I think he'd probably leave in the summer, and you'd get a good fee for him. Toby says Liverpool are the best. I'll take that. There must be more to it. There must be more to it than this. I don't know if there's some sort of clause in his contract that says he has to play. But even when he's playing badly, he doesn't seem to ever get off the pitch. How you doing, Toby? I was just gonna say that, but then I didn't because I thought, I thought he might have put it back. But if that's do you know if he's restored his bio? Do you know if he's put all the stuff back? If it was a case of he got dropped once and then he deleted all the pictures and deleted all the bio, that's kind of lame. Yeah, it's not good. Carolina says hello. How you doing, Carolina? Hope you are good. We're just watching France versus Ukraine, which is a pretty even game, to be fair. An injury is more tough mentally than physically. Yeah, I think you're right, because with an injury, you have the physical pain immediately, but then eventually surgery and recovery time and nutrition can resolve the injury. But so to a certain degree, surgery is like a magic wand which will fix an injury, but there's no magic wand to fix the mental side. You have to get over that yourself, which makes it tougher. You can't take medicine to get over the mental side, but you can take medicine, as in surgery, to get over the physical side. So I agree. You are correct. Pixel says, mate, you got the wrong game on. Ireland beating Portugal. Yeah, Delwood's keeping us updated. 2-0. Two goals by Troy Parra. Apparently, I think Delwood was saying earlier, Portugal have to beat Ireland or beat Armenia to get through. And if they don't, they're kind of screwed. Mr. Default says, United. How you doing? Hope you are good. Who removed Liverpool from their bio? Salah. Salah got dropped from one game and he removed. This was like a week ago, to be fair. But he got dropped from a game and he removed Liverpool from his bio. Mother says United are winning the league. As in the championship next year or League One the year after that. To be fair, a conversation did arise the other day regarding would you rather United win the league or Arsenal? And it was a conversation amongst mostly Liverpool fans. And most of us were saying we'd much rather United win the league than Arsenal. So I don't know if that's worth anything. Yeah, 1-0 England. I think, was it a Saka goal, was it? But yeah, all good. All good. How are you? France got the ball in the net again, but it's going to get disallowed. Portugal losing because Bruno isn't on. Well, that's impossible. And also, why is he not on? Is he like injured or something? Is he not? Let's have a look at this lineup. Kelleher with the 7.2. That's what we like to see. Oh, Ronaldo's been sent off. I didn't know about that. Neves, and Vitinha. That's an interesting lineup. Mr. Default says, ain't no way. Yeah, I mean, I mean, to me, it feels like a bit of an overreaction to just change your bio. And he also like removed the Liverpool pictures, I think. It's a bit of an overreaction. And I don't know if that is the reason, but if that is the reason, it's a bit of an overreaction. Wyszynski is back. Bruno's not even been selected. Wow. Is he like permanently dropped or is it just a one-off? What if Portugal tie both games, says Kian? I think Derwood was saying earlier, Portugal have to beat Ireland or beat Armenia, which I guess would be 3 points. So if they tie both games, that would be 2 points. I guess I believe they'd possibly be out if that happens. I don't want to be paranoid, but like has Ronaldo deliberately got himself sent off because he's not allowed to play in the World Cup if it goes to the States. So am I just reading too much into that? He's like, if I cannot play in the World Cup, then nobody's gonna play in the World Cup. Dawood says, I will 100%. Coming back from an injury is harder mentally. Yeah. When I saw the ice and snow the other day, I was so scared to go out after breaking my leg in January. Yeah, you mentioned that before. And thinking about it, it kind of makes sense. Because kind of with the physical side, you can get surgery. You can recover, like physically, but mentally, I guess you'll always have those kind of concerns that, oh, can I do it? And yeah, it just feels like it's harder to come back from. I've thankfully like not had any serious injuries, but I did kind of tear a tricep once. And then after kind of tearing the tricep, I was always like a bit worried about lifting weights, even though they were very light weights I could do. But it's just more the mental side, like, can I do it? Can I do it? And yeah, similarly for players, it will be the same, I think. Granted, they're paid a lot, but they are just human beings. So I think a mental part is a big part of the recovery as well. So yeah, hopefully they get kind of all the support they need. Kian says Ronaldo red. Yeah, if he can't play, then nobody can play. Why can't he play? Just Google Ronaldo USA, and you'll find out why. Apparently, allegedly, he's not allowed in the USA because of certain transgressions. And I believe there may potentially be some enforcement that is out against him. As far as I'm aware. Who scored? It was a Mbappe penalty. It was a rubbish penalty, to be fair. I thought it was going to be saved, but it was not saved. Fish is in whatever that is. I don't know what it is, so I'm not going to read it, but I will Google it. It's some anime thing. It looks pretty good, to be fair. Some anime thing. Pretty cool. SH, how you doing? Hope you are good. How are things in Florence? I hope all is well with you. I hope all is well in Italia. Which Liverpool player has the most stylish Instagram? To be honest, I don't know. I have no clue. Crazy FC guy says Ekitike in. I see Barcola coming off. Does that mean Ekitike is going to come on for? Indeed. Oh yeah, Ekitike's got the number 9. The number 9 for France. Good for him. Yeah, we got what about like half an hour? See how he does. Look up whatever that is. Don't. If I don't know what it is, if it's something like that, or if something Fish mentions, I just Google it off screen first. What the hell is that? Is that like a? It's like a Beavis and Butthead thing. 3 misfit buddies from Oslo dive into wild, unpredictable adventures. I might need to check that out. SH is back in sunny England. Nice. I hope you are enjoying the weather. I hope you are enjoying the the constant rain. Are you back like for a vacation, or are you back permanently? But yeah, sunny England is the best way to describe it. Yeah, I saw. It's like a animated show. Fish says, "I look like whoever that is." I mean, you come up with a new person every. Ooh, Aklush almost scores. You come up with a new person every day of who I look like. Really? I look like this person. I presumed Charlie Morningstar was a bloke. To be honest, I guess I'd rather look like this person than some of the people you say that I look like. So I'll take that as a compliment. Looking for work elsewhere now. Middle East next, I think. So I'm here until further notice. Oh, nice. And anywhere in particular in the Middle East, or are you open to opportunities? But it's pretty fun. I can't lie. Traveling the world for work. I did a bit of travel around Europe for work. Worked a bit in Netherlands. Worked a bit in Belgium. Worked a bit in Romania, which was interesting. To be fair, they were really nice to me in Romania. But I did stick out. I did stick out. I can't lie, which makes you a bit self-conscious sometimes. But they were really nice. But yeah, no, it's good. Good experience. Search steak egg. I mean, it's just gonna be like pictures of people's breakfast, right? Is that like what you had for breakfast? I mean, it's pretty nutritious. I mean, it's a lot of protein. I can't lie. It's probably quite good to you. Good for you. Pixel says you look like a more handsome George Clooney. That's more like it. That's the type of comparisons I'd like. Not the you look like Ruben Amorim, or you look like Mo Salah. Not that Salah's bad looking, or you look like Charlie Morningstar. Oh, I don't know. I'm surprised nobody said I look like Ange Postecoglou. I just feel like this camera makes me look like Ange. But yeah, George Clooney, I'll take that. Sorry. No, not George Clooney. A more handsome George Clooney. I'll take that. Speaking of George Clooney, ooh, I was gonna say Ekatike scores, but he hits the post. You look like Oh God, the George Clooney comparisons lasted 5 seconds. Doha, very nice. Always wanted to go Romania. How was it as a whole? It was interesting. Well, number one, I stood out like a sore thumb. I mean, I guess you can imagine why. Um, you'd have like very, very developed like shopping centers and like modern buildings and like fancy modern buildings. And then right next to it, you'd have a building with no roof. And it'd be like, what? You saw, it wasn't like, and when I went to Bucharest for work, it wasn't like necessarily like fancy neighborhoods and less fancy neighborhoods. It was more kind of mixed. So you'd have like a super fancy building, and then the building next to it, you could just see the insides of it because it had no roof and no wall. And this was on my way to the office. But as a country, like everyone was super kind of friendly. And the food was nice. And what I liked as well is that the food was not expensive. Like for like maybe like £2. Like lunch was maybe like £2, and you could get like a giant plate of pasta with like chicken and everything, and like they were not like stingy with the portions. Like it was good, and I was like, yeah, I'm liking this. But yeah, it was good. I also almost got run over. And then my Romanian colleagues said, that's Andrea Belan, because the office I worked in was right next to like a radio station, and they said, you know that woman that almost ran you over? It's Andrea Belan, and apparently it's like a it's like a Romanian singer who almost ran me over. And I was like, thank you for that. There's my claim to fame. So yeah, I remember that. Crazy FC guy says Hassan. Of course, out of the three, I look like Hassan. Of course, not not the day, not the day for the mic, not the day for the bike. I look like Hassan from Hella Rudzigen. That doesn't find me anything, but I'm probably spelling it wrong. I'm spelling your. No, I've spelled your Hellrudsvingen. Of course. Okay. I've never seen the show. I've never seen the show, but I could I could probably guess which one Hassan is. And to be fair, I'd rather be Hassan because the other one's wearing a Man United shirt. So that's good enough. Yeah, very diverse in terms of architecture. 100%. Yeah, to be honest, I didn't really mind. I was like, okay, this is my claim to fame. Buck says, I'm new to football. When does the game end? How many quarters? It's 2 halves. So there's one 45-minute half and there's another 45-minute half. So it will end in about 20 minutes because once the half is over, there's then this thing called basic stoppage time where if they had to stop the game, they add that time on at the end. So it should be done in about 20 minutes. Oh, God, man, you guys are really putting me to work today. I'm like all these people you referred to. I've no idea who these people are. It's probably a good thing. Dude, like nothing comes up for that. Alfie. Is he like a football player or is he a boxer? Nothing comes up for that. Ooh, it's Elise. Elise scored. How's my man Hugo playing? He just come on a couple of minutes back. Elise has just scored. I'm curious as to whether Ekatike got the assist because Ekatike was the first to celebrate. So I'm hoping Ekatike got the assist, but I'm just waiting for the replay. To be fair, no, I think it might have been. Yeah, it was a Kante assist, but a very good turn by Elise. Kante kind of passed it along the floor. Elise kind of swiveled on the ball and just smacked it into the corner. (2-0). Not bad by La France. Not bad by La France. Comparing this season to last, what do you think the team is missing and needs more of? Liverpool. We were talking about this earlier. I feel like the personnel has changed and perhaps the tactics have not changed enough along with that. Like if you look at Salah, I feel like last season Salah was not defending much, but it was not a huge concern because Salah would get goals, so you could and again, not to pin the entire blame on Salah because I think that's unfair, but because Salah would get goals, him not defending was not a major concern. But I think this year he's not really getting the goals, so you can't really afford to kind of carry Salah, if that kind of makes sense. So I think that's one thing. I think secondly, they've bought these players, but I'm not sure the current system gets the best out of them. Like if you take Kirkes as an example, Kirkes I was maybe the most excited of, maybe after Isak. But Kirkes' strength is getting up and down the pitch, getting out wide, putting a dangerous cross in. and then running all the way back. But with Kirkes, they don't have him out wide. He's more coming inside centrally. So basically kind of doing what Robertson was doing last year. But I just feel like that's not Kirkes' strength. They're trying to turn Kirkes into current Robertson, as in 30-year-old Robertson. But I feel like what they should really be doing is turn Kirkes into 23-year-old Robertson, who used to run up and down the pitch. So I think that's another thing. I think thirdly, I think it's a lot harder to retain the league than it is to win the league. Because I think to win the league the first time, when you are doing the hunting, it's a lot easier. Whereas once you've won the league, I think naturally human tendency, there's less of an incentive to win it again because you've already won it. And additionally, like if you're now the hunted, I feel like teams will probably take less risks against you. Whereas I think Liverpool thrive when teams take risks against them, but when teams sit back, I don't think Liverpool do as good. So to be honest, I think it's a combination of things. I think the new players are good, but just need a bit of time to settle. I could go on and on, but unfortunately, I've got work tomorrow. But yeah, I think it's a combination of things. A lot of people just want to point it at one thing because that's a lot simpler and say that's the thing right there, and if we fix that, our lives will be permanently better. You know, like the politician thing, just blame everything on one thing. I don't think it's necessarily that. I think it's an amalgamation of sorts. 100% well said. Appreciate that. Crazy FC guy says my dream day check the Italy match. Don't tell me it's 3. Oh, no, sorry. I got confused with the Ireland one. But yeah, it's still 0-0, isn't it? Still 0-0 as far as I see. If it's a draw, is that enough for Norway to qualify if this is a draw? Or do you need an additional result on top of that? You look like whoever that is. I mean, I'll have to Google both of those things together because if I just Google the first word, I may get a few derogatory pictures and it's not particularly ideal. I do not look like this guy. Honestly, the comparisons are getting worse. Like, can we just I don't even know who this guy is, but I do not look like this guy. Can we just keep it at George Clooney and say, okay, it's George Clooney as Pixel said, and then we move on with our lives. I do nothing like this guy. Who is this guy? Like, what is his job title? I mean, that's a better picture, to be fair. That's a better picture. What does he do? A reality TV star. I don't see it. Harold says Hugo probably enjoying playing with a decent squad. That's a fair point. The other weird thing about Liverpool at the moment, it doesn't feel like one team. It feels like 3 separate teams where you've got the defense, the midfield, and the attack. It just feels like 3 separate entities that don't know each other. It's a bit weird. Simicast is a great backup too. Great left back for rotation, but not necessarily for Champions League. Yeah, I always thought Simicast was fine. Like, not the best thing since sliced bread, but he's unsliced bread, which is still quite nice. And I think crucially as well, he was experienced in the league. He was experienced in the system. Ooh, good turn by Ekitike. Ekitike surely fouled there, but Mbappe scores the rebound, so they probably don't give the penalty. But Ekitike was fouled in the box just as he was about to shoot. But since Mbappe, scored the ball that dangled away, they're not going to give a penalty there. Yeah, I'd love to see the Bournemouth Kirkers, and I think that player is in there, but unfortunately, the tactics don't seem to facilitate that. The tactics have him coming inside as a fake midfielder. But it is 3-0. Whenever he plays for Hungary, he's back to his usual self. Fish, I googled that the other day when I was playing that game. If you remember, I googled that the other day. I actually had to stop my game to Google that. Norway to the World Cup. Like if Italy draw this game, are you through? Because that's pretty amazing result. Seeing Huijsen not doing so well hurts more, as he was my number one target when we were signing. Yeah, I was I thought that is something that could have kind of happened as well. I thought we'd get Huijsen and Kerkez. Oh, there's a VAR check. There's always a bloody VAR check after I update the score. If I don't update the score, there'll be no VAR check, and then I haven't updated the score. But if I update the score, then these idiots do a VAR check, and then I have to change it back. I know this is first world problems, but please don't disallow it, because I cannot be bothered to change the score back. Oh, it's given. Thank the Lord. We can rest easy. Is that the guy from Duck Dynasty? Apparently so. And apparently I look like him. But what is Duck Dynasty? Like, what is this show? What is the premise of this? I've not heard of this. I've not heard of this show. I'm not familiar with it. It is not broadcast in the Great British Isles. So what is like Duck Dynasty? It's a reality TV show. Is he like a preacher or something? I mean, if it's good, I'll check it out. It's got 12 million viewers, so it must be decent. I look like Lazarus. Was Lazarus the one that had leprosy? Or is that a different Lazarus? Wasn't Lazarus from the Bible the one that had leprosy? Because I believe I did study this in school. No, I have this wrong. That's not Lazarus. Lazarus was the one whose life was restored. No, I swear Lazarus had leprosy. Okay, I studied this when I was 18. Yeah, he did. And I appreciate this is not the Lazarus you're referring to, but I studied this at school. The terms Lazarus and leprosy are connected primarily through the historical order of the Saint Lazarus of Jerusalem. Yeah, but this is not the Lazarus you are referring to. It's Lazarus from your TV show. So I'm going to take it off and have a look. But you said I look like the Hassan guy from that TV show. Really? He doesn't even have a beard. He doesn't even have a beard. You're saying let me see it. The thing is, it's hard to display a suitable for work image of said individual. Rio says hi, how you doing? Oh, Ekatike scored. We can rest easy. Life is good again. Ekatike scored. That's the thing with Hugo. Give him half a sniff of goal and he'll put it in the back of the net. I'll admit I didn't see the goal because I was looking at pictures of Lazarus, but I can see him celebrating. Waiting to see. Ooh, Ekatike just ran from the halfway line. What the hell? Ekatike ran from the halfway line, played a 1-2 with Mbappe, and then slotted it in. Nice goal, to be fair. I can't lie. Ekatike might be one of the things I was most wrong about, because I thought he was trash, but he ain't not trash. He's that guy. I wish things went differently. Spent that cash on Mateta instead of Isak. I would have said the 40. Mateta's very good. I can't lie. I would have Isak over Mateta, but I still think Mateta's very good. Mateta's very underrated as well, and he always gets goals. So yeah, I wouldn't have minded Mateta. Suarez or Torres. From a footballing perspective, I think you'd have to go for Suarez. Greetings from Turkey, Galatasaray. Nice. How you doing? Hope you are good. Hope you've had a good week. I hope you're having a better week than Ukraine are having today, who are 4-0 down. there's me trying to be civilized and, you know, a mature adult, and then SH says up the Besiktas. It's like, oh god. You want to see Lazarus? You've seen him, but the thing is, like, all the pictures of him are like not suitable for me to show, if you know what I mean. It's like a bold guy. Like, I'm trying to. When I click on it, it's a video. The thing is, they're all TikTok clips. I just want a picture of him, but I'll see. See if I can carry on looking. Oh, I look like both. That's good to know. You need to show Lazarus. Okay, I think I found a picture. I had to go quite far to find a picture. This guy. This bold guy. Apparently, I look like this bold guy. That's good to know. That's changed my life. It's and not for the better, for the worse. Oh no, Italy scored. Is that because you keep calling me Lazarus? That's unfortunate. Oh, Italy scored a second. Damn, that's crazy. So you were so close. You were like actually like so close. You were so close to, or should I say, Moldova was so close to getting a draw. Italy scored in the 88th minute and then 90 plus 2 minute. That is cruel, man. That is cruel. So Bosley or Rice? Is that Declan Rice? I'm going to be completely unbiased and ignore the Liverpool shirt because, you know, I have to keep this unbiased, have to be professional. And in being unbiased and professional, I'm going to have to go with Szoboszlai. That's not to say Rice is bad. But Szoboszlai is slowly turning into my favourite player. I think without Szoboszlai, I think Liverpool are screwed. So I'd go with him. But realistically, I don't think there's any wrong answer to that. Yeah, he's bold. You look like level 232. I have no idea what half this stuff is. Level 232 is a store. It's a grocery store. I don't know how I resemble a grocery store, but I will consider it. Which says, bro, why is the Liverpool long sleeve home shirt out of stock everywhere? Is it? I didn't know, to be fair. I didn't know that it was out of stock everywhere. If it is, that's disappointing because apparently one of the main reasons they went with Adidas was because Adidas could keep better stock. Because Adidas could keep better stock than Nike. And apparently that was one of the reasons why they went with Adidas. But if Adidas are having difficulty keeping stock, that's not ideal. Are you looking on the Liverpool website, or are you looking at anywhere particular? Nothing Man says Tonali is greater than Sabazlai, which is greater than Rice in my opinion. Fair enough. That at least I answered your question correctly then, which is always good. Are you a Newcastle fan? Are you a Newcastle fan? Full time. But yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people would put that in kind of slightly different order. I'd be tempted to say there's no incorrect order. I'd maybe go to Bosley, Tonali, Rice, but last year I maybe would have gone Tonali, Sabazlai, right? Your most popular stream is Villa against us 11 days ago. Yeah, I don't know why so many people were joining. I was like, what's going on? I had to just leave at the end. There were too many people. Crazy FC guy can buy it in Norway. Vidge has checked Liverpool and Adidas, and has also checked Pro Direct, Sports Direct, Adidas, all out of stock. That's shocking. It's surprising. Because like the whole big deal about getting Adidas was they can keep kits in stock. Because Nike were poor at doing that, and New Balance were very poor at doing that. So that's disappointing to hear. Up the Black Cats. Yeah, Vinted could be a good option. I've never used Vinted. Like, is it alright? Is it decent? I know it's popular these days. I know it's popular with the cool kids and all that, with the cool people, but I've never used it. Am I missing out? Maybe. But I'm not one of the cool kids. I'm one of the lame people. But this game is over. I've seen that name. I actually don't know who that is. I've read that name, but I don't know who that is. I'm trying to get it customized. Okay. As in you want to get like your own name on the back, that type of thing. I don't know if on the Liverpool website they have like a add to waiting list feature. I don't know if they have. I don't know if they have anything like that. I mean, I can have a quick look for you. Is it the player version, or is it the fan version that you want? You said you wanted long sleeve. Oh yeah, it's not even there. It's not even on the list. What's going on? Ireland beat Portugal. Dang. Portugal are not gonna qualify. Take care, Dawood. Have a good evening also. What if I like full on search for Liverpool kit long sleeve? That's no good. It just says out of stock. You are correct, and like that is disappointing to see. That it's November and it's out of stock. take this person out. Do I also look like this person, or is this just somebody I need to check out? I like his style. You can probably give me style tips. Very stylish. It's been out of stock for 3 months, so it's been out of stock since it came out. Yeah, they need to they need to buck their ideas up, because a lot of people are gonna want this, and if they can't supply, if they can't meet the demand, that's not a good sign. Because I think the Adidas contract is probably signed for about 7 to 10 years, so that's not a good sign. I mean, hopefully it comes in stock just before Christmas. But yeah, no, that's annoying. I had no idea. That was the case. I got to go see it. Take care, Crazy FC guy. I'm gonna go in 2 minutes as well. This match is over. This match is over now. 4-0. On the Liverpool website, it's there for me at least. Interesting. It could be geographical. I guess potentially based on where the where the distribution centers are, that sort of thing. So perhaps there's lots in stock in like the US East Coast one, but it's the same. Like you get all the games, we get some of the games. You get all the kits, we get some of the kits. Unfortunately, but yeah, hopefully they can sort it out. Take care, Crazy FC guy. It'll be next season by the time I can get my hands on it. Yeah, I mean, at least it'll be cheaper then. Hopefully it's on sale, which maybe that helps. Maybe that helps to a certain degree. But yeah, that's surprising. Like if it was like the week of release, I'd understand, because everyone's like desperately trying to get them. But in November, and it's not just November, it's also like the month before Christmas. So you think, kind of people are buying them as Christmas presents as well, but like there's just no stock. So that's a bit bizarre. I might have to look into that. Do you have coupons? I have no idea what that is, to be honest with you. The answer is I don't know what that is, and also no. Beard looks stylish and bold. I'll take that. Oh, parlez-vous français? Je parle un peu de français. J'ai étudié le français dans l'école, mais je n'ai pas les coupons. Je ne compris pas. Trying to try a bit of French. I don't know if that worked. I speak French with an English accent, so sometimes it's not the best. I'll probably have to settle for the short sleeve version. Yeah, I mean, it looks like that's the only one they've got in stock, which is a bit bizarre. But never mind. Hopefully they get that in stock soon. Fingers crossed. Oh, I was just gonna go, but Siphoning Lightning is here. How you doing? Hope you are good. We just watched the France versus Ukraine game. Pretty good. 4-0. To be honest, the game was pretty even, but France somehow ended up scoring 4 goals. But yeah, how are you doing? Hope all is well with you. Hope all is well in the land of Melbourne and Spurs. And speaking of Spurs, Spurs might sign Rodrigo from Madrid and Ivan Toney. I mean, if you are to get those 2 players, you would be a force and a half. Rodrigo very good. Ivan Toney also very good. I'm sure they'd be expensive, but it's Daniel. I mean, I was gonna say it's Daniel Levy's money, but if you can get those 2 in and nobody else, that already would be a very good window. Did Ekatike play for France? I was watching England game. He did, and he did not just play for France. He came off the bench and he scored a goal. So he got the ball on the halfway line, ran all the way to the box with the ball, played a 1-2 with Mbappe, and then slotted it in. So he got quite a nice goal as well. So I think Lightning is good, which is good to hear. Sonny denied a loan to Spurs. Oh wow, where has he gone? Is it Leverkusen or did he used to play for Leverkusen? Heung-min Son. Oh no, he plays for Los Angeles. he wanted to come back. I mean, he's got quite a decent record there. 12 games, 10 goals, 3 assists. That's pretty good. Oh, so Kolo Muani has a broken jaw, so Son was going to kind of come back to cover him. I mean, he was pretty well loved at Spurs for kind of obvious reasons. So I'm sure kind of most fans would kind of love to have him back, even though he probably wouldn't be captain, I guess, if he went back. But it's probably besides the point. But yeah, I'm sure most would love to have him back. Sonny is playing with his mate Hugo. Nice. Or at least he's got a buddy there, somebody that he knows. Also, do you think it's time to start Chiesa over Salah because he always performs when he plays, especially with Salah's form at the moment? I think it's certainly an option. I do think Liverpool repeatedly, it feels like they keep on repeatedly just trying the same thing over and over again, and then they just keep on losing, and then they try the same thing again, they lose, they try the same thing again, they lose. So I do think they need to try different things in general, and I think Chiesa playing is one of those different things. It's a different option. So me personally, I would be open to it because it's a different option. I'd maybe go a step further and say maybe it's not the only different option. I think they could also play Isak and Ekitike up top together. And then maybe Wirtz on the right and Gakpo on the left like it was versus Frankfurt. So I'd say, yeah, I'd say I'm open to options. I just don't like it when they kind of do the same thing over and over and over and over again, and you just keep on losing, and then instead of kind of changing things, they just rigidly stick to the same thing. So I'd be in favor of anything slightly different, different from the norm at the moment. Spurs might sell Richarlison to Everton. I'm sure. I was gonna say I'm sure he'd love to go back, but he probably wouldn't. He'd probably rather stay. But yeah, you can probably still get a decent fee for him. So Szoboszlai might leave Liverpool. I saw some rumours about that today. Apparently Man City are interested, and apparently Real Madrid are interested. I mean, how many midfielders do Real Madrid need? But like anything's a possibility. Let's be honest, anything's a possibility. I hope Liverpool sign him to a new deal. So there's also rumours that they want to get Szoboszlai to sign a new deal, and Gravenberch to sign a new deal, and also McAllister to sign a new deal. It must suck being Endo, because Endo came in at the same time, and the other three get new contracts and you don't, and that must feel a bit rubbish. But yeah, if Liverpool can get him to sign a new deal, great. If he wants to go and you can get money for him, then just go. Let him go and move on. I only get annoyed when players leave on a free, but if he wants to go and you can get money for him, just sell him, move on. That's what I say. Ekitike and Isak will complement each other really well. Just hope Isak stays fit for longer. Yeah. I think they'll play quite well together. And as you said, they complement each other really well. And it does kind of feel like the future of the Liverpool forward line. Like, as amazing as Salah has been, ultimately kind of Salah's the past. Like, Salah's probably not going to be here next year, and he's definitely not going to be here 2 years. So I think maybe you need to start planning for the future. So Ekitike hopefully is going to be here many years. Isak hopefully is going to be here many years. So yeah, maybe start making use of the players who will be here in the long term and not the players who will leave very soon. Siphon Lightning says Rodrigo wants to leave Madrid and Spurs want to pay 70 million. That's a good price. That's a good price, to be fair. I mean, if you can get him 70 million, 70 million is not much in today's market. So if you can get him for that, and Rodrigo would probably want to come as well. London club should probably be all over that. Spurs need to tie down Mickey van der Ven. I'm so glad that said to a new contract, because I thought that was some sort of kind of fantasy thing. But tie down Mickey van der Ven to a new contract, yeah. Van der Ven's amazing. I think you mentioned the other day kind of how many goals and assists he's got. And I was like, is that overall or is that just this season? And I was like, that's got to be for his entire career. And you were like, no, that's what he's got this season. So yeah. I mean, he delivers, and I appreciate goals are not the be all and end all for a defender, but he gets goals, and also defensively he's very good. That tackle you put in the other day is still probably going to be the tackle of the season, if that's such a thing. Harry says hello, how are you? Yeah, good, not bad. Probably going to go in a few minutes. We watched, as you can see here, France versus Ukraine, which was an interesting game. But yeah, all good, not bad, not bad. How about you? How's things with you? I hope your teacher hasn't given you more random tasks at the very last minute, which is very bad planning. But yeah, I hope that hasn't happened, and I hope all is good. Salah's done everything he can for the club now, and he's definitely a legend. But all careers will end sometime. Yeah, I think that's a fair assessment and a fair description. I mean, he's a legend of the club. You could definitely say he's the biggest Liverpool player of like the last 10 years. So the 10 years before that, the biggest Liverpool player was Gerrard, you could say, maybe. And then the 10 years after that, ish. And the maths doesn't line up perfectly. But the 10 years ish after that, you could say Salah. But yeah, he's a legend. He'll always be a legend. But as you said, you can't... Eventually, there's a time where you've got to move on. Harry's all right. They've given me 2 weeks notice now for children in need tomorrow. So yeah. Oh wow. So have you got to like prepare another speech, or have you got to prepare a plan for how this is done? Is this like a charity like collection type of thing? But I guess 2 weeks notice is decent. It beats the 5 minutes notice that you got last time. But yeah, could be better. Could be better, but also could be worse. Ronaldo got a red card. Yeah, I saw he got sent off. Yeah, not what you expect. Vidya's gotta go. See you on the next live. Yeah, take care. Hope the shirt comes. Hope the shirt appears in stock. And yeah, hope you have a nice evening. My boy Vicario started for Italy and got a clean sheet. Yeah, that game. I think Italy scored 2 goals in like the last 2 minutes. They scored in like the 88th minute and also the 90th minute, which is pretty wild. How you doing? Hope you are good. Is that Warner maybe? I'm doing Battle of Beyblade with my mate. 50p donation for a game. Sounds like a pretty good approach. 50p donation goes to a good cause. Everyone's happy. Is it coming home? I think that might say next summer. Anything's possible. Anything's possible. I think England certainly have. Do you mean? Because I'm thinking hope, but the P is not next to the M on the keyboard, so I might have misinterpreted. But if you're talking about England, they've certainly got the players. Whether they've got the mentality and the bottle is a different question. Winner gets sweets. Well, you're enticing me because sweets are very good. But no, it sounds like a pretty good. Sounds like a pretty good cause. I can't lie. Take care, Harry. Yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go as well. I've been here for like 3 hours. So I'm gonna go as well. But before I go, rank these forwards for headers. Crouch was not quite a good headerer for a tall guy. I've seen Isak score some nice headers. Nunes scored a couple of headers. I mean, none of them are amazing at headers, if I'm honest with you. Is it coming home? It's certainly possible. If I had to guess, probably not. Probably not, because of the kind of the mental, just the mental situation around it. And I think with England in particular, the media really. I just feel like with the media, they don't really support the players. They just get on the players' backs, and the media just add so much extra pressure. And then when a player doesn't perform, they'll then turn on the player, and it just causes a toxic situation that makes it very difficult to get out of. That's the last 4 years. But in terms of the players that they have, they've got the quality of the players. I think the squad depth is very good. You could say France have better squad depth, but other than France, England have the second best squad depth. That's true. The Kane curse has been lifted, so anything's possible. And you might have a bit more confidence. Once you've won a trophy, you're a bit less anxious, got a bit less anxiety about taking penalties, that sort of thing. Maybe it relaxes you a bit more, and then maybe you don't hit them over the bar into the moon. So yeah, we'll have to see. But anyway, it's pretty late in the British Isles. It's 10 o'clock. So I'm going to go. I might be back tomorrow. Fish told me to come back tomorrow, but I don't know if I will. That's a very good point. I forgot to stop it. But I'm going to go. Yeah, it is over. I forgot to stop the timer. But yeah, I'm going to go now because it's a bit late. I might be back tomorrow. Forgot the energy. But if not, hope you guys have a nice weekend. I'm on holiday next week, but I'll be back for the Liverpool Forest game on Saturday because I get back on Friday. But yeah, anyway, hope you guys have a nice evening, and yeah, see you soon. Take care. Before I go, Dal says say hi. I was just gonna go, Dal, and you popped up at the last second. But yes, hope you are good, Dal. Hope all is well with you. Yeah. But anyway, take care, Dal. Take care, Siphoning Lightning. Take care, Harold. Dal is saying Forest will win. I hope not. but you might be right. Take care, Harold. Take care, guys.